Good evening, friends, and most welcome to this live chat. In this chat, I will be going to analyze the entire today's Hindu newspaper, and if it is Sunday newspaper, one has to make sure that it contains so many publications, so many science reports. So it is my kind and humble request for the all the aspirants to make a notes on the science and tech from today's Hindu newspaper, that is Sunday's newspaper. So every Sunday Hindu newspaper contains the science and tech report, which will definitely helpful for your prelims as well as mains examination 2020 and 2021. So here I will be going to analyze the important topics covered under in today's Hindu newspaper. If I will go to the direct on a 30th page, the 30th page has contained so many Nobel Prize winners and their tremendous work and their contribution to the various fields such as physics, chemistry, physiology or a medicine, then economics, literature, many more fields, even for a peace and all, many more. Recently, the Swadeshi Academy of Science has awarded Nobel Peace Prize to the in the field of chemistry as well as physics. So the entire science and tech report contains on these Nobel Prize issues only. So for that, I will be going to make in detail discussion on all these Nobel Prize laureates, that is a person or an organization who is granted with the Nobel Prize is called as the Nobel Prize laureate. In Greek word, the term laureate refers to the honor. It is something a laureate of well-being. The person who is awarded with the Nobel Prize is called as the laureate. So the list of the Nobel Prize laureates and their contribution to the various field will be discussed in this session, and the entire science report contains information on it in today's Hindu newspaper. So guys, let me congratulate once again. It's salute to the uh, Nobel Prize winners in the field of chemistry. That is the American biochemist, that is Jennifer Doudna, and the French microbiologist Emmanuel Carpenter. They have developed the method of gene editing in the field of chemistry. So they are awarded the Nobel Prize 2020 for their contribution in the field of the gene editing method. So let me elaborate what is the gene editing method and what all are the work they have done and all. Actually, both of these two have done research and got the two genetic scissors or a genetic tool, that is a sharp tool such as CRISPR and Cas9. What is these CRISPR and Cas9? Okay, I will be going to explain in detail about these genetic tools also. These CRISPR and Cas9 are used to modify, insert, edit, delete any defected part of the DNA can be replaced with the another good genome, so that it would be very helpful in treating the cancerous diseases such as Hodgkinson disease, sickle cell anemia, 21st trisomy, Down's syndrome, Klinefelter's syndrome, cystic fibrosis. Various cancer disease can be treated with the help of these sharpest genetic tools. uh, and the dreams to cure the cancer can be come true with the help of these sharpest genetic tools or genetic scissors. So they have invented, they have done research on these on this, and this tool can be used in a plants, microorganisms, and even including the human cells also. So what is this CRISPR and Cas9? What exactly it stands? CRISPR long form is nothing but it is a the CRISPR stands for clustered regulatory interspaced short palindromic repeats. That is a CRISPR. These are the pieces of the DNA bacteria, pieces of the DNA bacteria snip off from the viruses that once attacked them. Much like files names used to store the various document we write in a MS Word. It is like a MS Word where we are going to store so many files. In the same manner, these CRISPR are the pieces of the DNA that are pieces of DNA that the bacteria sniff off from the viruses that once attacked them. That is what we can call as a CRISPR. Especially during the COVID-19 pandemic, has brought the four importance of the memory cells, that is T helper cells and memory cells, which can quickly produce the relevant antibody to neutralize or refit infection by the virus. That's we all know that what all are the memory cell. These are the cells produced against the COVID antigen, and it will helps to neutralize all that one. That we can what we can call it as a memory cell, which can quickly produce the relevant antibody to neutralize a refit infection by the virus. Similarly, in the same manner, these CRISPR are a part of the bacteria's immunological system that help them in recognizing the threatening virus. When they sense a lurking virus, a bacteria produce customized RNA, which is necessarily translate into a DNA into a protein, then gleaned from the CRISPR libraries. These are the part of immunological system, bacteria's immunological system. They are part of the bacteria's immunological system that help them in recognizing the threatening viruses also. When they sense a lurking virus, bacteria produced a customized RNA from the CRISPR library, and even this CRISPR also contains the Cas9. It is like used to produce the enzymes such as Cas9. This enzyme, that is Cas9, being a particularly popular one, can be used to chop up the DNA virus and destroy them. This is all regarding what is the is CRISPR and Cas9. Apart from that, how can this be used to edit the genome? How they are going to use to edit this genome and all? Here they have given the explanation. Using this tool, researcher can change the DNA of the animals, plants, microorganism, uh, which the precision we know already I have been told. The Emmanuel Carpenter, who is the director of this Max Planck Institute of the Infection Biology, Berlin, had studied on the Streptococcus pyogenes. Streptococcus pyogenes is a species of the bacteria known to be associated with the range of illnesses such as tonsillitis, scarlet fever, pharyngitis. All are caused by the Streptococcus pyogenes. While studying, she discovered unknown molecule, that is tracer RNA. And her work showed that this tracer RNA is a part of bacterial immunological system, that is a crypser or a Cas that disarms the viruses by cleaving the DNA. And Dr. Carpenter published her discovery in 2011 regarding it. The same year, she initiated a collaboration with the Jennifer Doudna, now a professor of the University of the California, Berkeley. Together, they succeeded in recreating the bacteria's genetic seizure in a test tube and simplifying the seizure molecular components so that they were easier to use. There are other genetic seizure genetic tools such as Talens, zinc finger nuclease can do the similar jobs, but several users consider these Charpenter and Diodana tool are more adaptive and easier to use. They are in the neutral form, and the seizures can recognize the DNA from the viruses, and but it could be controlled so that they can cut any DNA molecule at a predetermined site. Whether the DNA is cut, then it can easy to rewrite the code of life. That's what they have made it very clear, and it is very easy to use in comparison with the other. And this system got a very wide commercial importance. Commercial interest have been raised against this issue, but in the past few years, the scientists make a have been able to make a precise single base pair changes or a larger insertion. Coupled with the availability of the genome sequences or a growing number of the organism, the technology allows the researcher to find out what gene do more mutation that are identified and associated with the disease into a systems, whereby they can be studied, tested for the treatment, or they can be tested in a combination with the other mutations and all. This is what they have been done, tested, and all. And guys, again, there was a conflict between these two people. There was issues with related to the copyrights and all, patency and all. Regarding that, again, they have given along with the Dr. Zhang's patent rule. Let me elaborate what is the exact conflict between Mr. Zhang's and with these two ladies. The commercial potential of the system is compelling that within a year of its development, there was a battle over the ownership of the intellectual property rights of this Cripser or a Cas9, involving the University of California and the Institute of the Technology Board. The essence was Feng Zhang of the board of institution had discovered a way to deploy the system in eukaryotic cells that make up of an animal cell. Whereas Dr. Dodna's patent application covered the process more generally. Dr. Zhang patent was granted before Dr. Dodna's application. The patent dispute is still ongoing, and both sides claim victory in terms of a commercial application of the patent. There is a conflict issue between regarding the patency of this ownership of the patency between Dr. Jang's and Dr. Doudna's, Jennifer Doudna. So the price of this Cripser or a Cas9 may be unusual as it is rare for a method to be announced and confirmed novel within a decade of its discovery, but it underlines its game-changing potential. In the last 5 years, both Mr. Doudna and Mr. Charpenter have been the recipient of the several prizes already have been received from these two ladies, and there is a conflict or a issue with respect respect to the ownership of its patency between Mr. Jang and Doudna. Uh, so this is all regarding its patency and ownership. And to what uses the Cripser and CAS can be deployed so far. If you come to the to what uses, then earlier this year, the person with any hereditary disorder like blindness, hereditary blindness, become the first to have the Cripser or a Cas9 based therapy. Okay, this Cas9 or a Cripser is used in the with the hereditary blindness become the first to have these genetic sharpest tool directly injected into the body. The gene editing company Cripser Therapeutic announced in June that two patients with the beta thalassemia and one with the sickle cell disease would no longer require blood transfusion after their bone marrow stem cells were edited using the Cripser technique. And even it is used in the thalassemia, sickle cell anemia, and these Ms. Dr. Doudna launched a new company, Scribe Therapeutics, to begin work the treatment of the asymptomatic lateral sclerosis. That is the lateral curvature of the spinal cord, what we can call it as a sclerosis, lateral sclerosis, and it is used again even to battle against the COVID-19 also. Uh, in along with the mammoth, which has tied with the GlaxoSmithKline to develop a test to detect the infections and all. This Gripser can be used to fight against the COVID-19 disorders also. This year, the Crisar Institute of Genomics, Interrogative Biology, this Crisar IGB in Delhi developed the COVID-19 testing kit, mm, nicknamed as a Feluda, after the fictional Bengali directive based of the Gripsar KS19 system. These are commercially based home kits that follow American researcher to develop to their own. Okay, this is all where it can be used, and even it can be used to treat the human immunology deficiency infections. Okay, then complex diseases such as cancer, heart disease, mental illness, all can be cured with the help of this CAS9. Uh, okay, CS9 can be used for all these purposes. And is there any possibility of the tool being misused? The most controversial application of the Cripser and Cas9 was in a 2018 when Chinese researcher He Jiangqi announced that he had used to create the genetic edited twins, Lula and Nana via in vitro fertilization. He used the gene seizure on the children when there were embryos to edit the gene CCR5. Okay, when there were embryos to edit a gene CCR5, that in a modified form would ostensibly protect that babies from the HIV. The HIV uses CCR5 to infect the cells, and the modified gene would shut the door against such an entry. He was widely condemned and sentenced to 3-year jail and stripped of his position at the Shenzhen University where he worked because uh, these tools were misutilized by the Chinese scientist, and he got a 3-year imprisonment, and he was removed from his post of the university and all while in the year 2018. Apart from that, one someone who break the medical rules, what is particularly controversial in the specific mutation that would supposedly protect the children from HIV were not achieved. There were a host of other unintended mutations too. It is not known how these mutations are going to play out over the children's lifetimes and whether they will spread humanity more widely is a due course. Thus, even though the CRISPR or Cas9 system allows a democratic usage in a lab across the world to tinker with the genomes, it's still not reached the level of precision required to be sure that it does not cause unintentional side effect. There are so many issues regarding its compatibility or regarding its usage and all, whether it can be used in a beneficial manner, and what all are its side effect, or it can be used for undue purposes or unintended purposes. All that can be taken care, and it should not be misutilized for any other purposes. That's what they have given regarding it. And how often have women be awarded a Nobel Prize? Guys, it is regarding these women have been awarded. They have seen a remarkable representation of the women. Four women have been named Nobel laureates in 2020 against five men so far. I mean, almost equal 50-50 percent sharing between men and women for these Nobel Peace Prizes. Mm, the Savings Risk Bank, Sweden Nationals Bank Prize for Economics or Economics Nobel will be announced next week. And 2001 to 2009 interval have been seen a maximum number of the women laureates around 24 compared to just 11 from 1981 to 2000. Compared to last 10 year, last decade, the almost number is doubled from 11 to 24. I mean, what I mean to indicate that the more and more women are getting Nobel prizes. Their contribution to the various field have been increasing. Women are participating equally with the men in various all the fields. This is what the Nobel Prize mm, uh, winner made. They are equal with they have equal equality with men in all the fields. Many women think that no matter what they do, their work will never be recognized the way it would be if they were a man. uh, Al Jazeera quoted Dr. Doudna as a saying, and I think women can do a science, women can do chemistry, and that great science is recognized and honored. Henceforth, all it is once again a great congratulations and hearty uh, salute to all these women as well as men winner of this Nobel Prize. And guys, don't forget to subscribe this channel, and don't forget to follow me on an academy to get various topic or various videos related to all these things. And apart from that, this is with respect to the chemistry. And apart from that, again, in one more article, the Milky Way's secret, that is uh, the Nobel Prize of the Physics. Okay, then announced on October 6th, and it was shared between the Roger Penrose. Roger Penrose, he has made very clear that the robust formation of this black hole is indicative of the relative theory, or the general relative theory of the gravitation. The formation of this black hole is an indication of the uh, general relative theory. He has made clear, and for that, the Roger Penrose has got the Nobel Prize. And other two persons, that is the Renard Gengil of the Max Planck Institute of Extraterrestrial Physics, and A- Andrea M. Gage, University of California, Los Angeles, for the discovery of supermassive compact object at the center of our galaxy, that is the Milky Way galaxy. There is a supermassive compact object is formed in our galaxy, that is Milky Way galaxy. For that, both these two scientists, that is Renard Gengil and Andrea M. Gage, have got the Nobel prize for their research. So around 10 crore in Indian rupee will be equally distributed between these two scientists. I mean, the the Roger Penrose separately, he has discovered with respect to the black hole formation is the robust prediction of the general theory of relativity. He has done his own research, and he got a 50% prize award. And the other rest two scientists, that is Renard Gengil and Andrea M. Gage. They have done discovered the supermassive compact object in the Milky Way galaxy, and they have got a 50% prize award. Mm, okay, and these award are granted from the Royal Swedish Academy of the Science. Uh, the and which selects these awardees for the prize. Said three laureates were awarded for their discovery about one of the most exotic phenomena in the universe of the black hole and all. That's what I have been discussed for what. And what is the early history of this black hole? What exactly black hole and the early history of the black hole? If you go through it, if you 100 years before Albert Einstein published his history of relativity, John Michael and Pierre Simon Laplace speculated that there is a extremely dense stars could not have such a gravity that not even a light cloud would accept them. It is like a very dark space where even a single light cannot pass through it, and even a light cloud cannot pass through that space. That is what we can call it as a black hole. This would become invisible, dark stars. This idea came back to a life in the year 1916, when just a few weeks after Einstein had published his theory of relativity. German astrophysicist Carl Schwarzschild found a solution to this equation, having feature that later named event horizon. Later, it is named as event horizon, the point of no return beyond which even light, a fastest object in the world, cannot accept through these black hole spaces. However, this concept and their implication were so bizarre then even Einstein refused to believe that it was possible. Regarding it, what is the black hole? Black hole is nothing but it is a space where a single light cannot transfer to it, or even a light cloud cannot pass through that space. It is a very dark space. That's what it is called. And in the early 1960 observation of the quasars, which are now called active galactic nuclei, were preparing ground for the eventual observation evidence for these supermassive black holes and all. This is all regarding it. And guys, what were the key questions Dr. Penrose came into a picture? Dr. Penrose, what I told, this formation of the black hole formation is the uh, indicative or the predictability of the general theory of relativity he has done. And the Gengil and Andra case found a supermassive object in the Milky Way galaxy. These all are things. What is his achievement and what are the key questions when Dr. Penrose came into a picture? Hmm? Then what was the Penrose achievement? These all are things already I have been told. How did the observation of the supermassive black hole at the center of the Milky Way begin? The American how this observation of the supermassive black hole at the center of the Milky Way began. How it was begin? American astronomer Harlow Shapley, about 100 years ago, was the first person to identify the center of the galaxy. By 1960s, uh, he learned that there was a source of radio wave sitting there. This was named the signatures A, and it is approximately 26,000 light years away. That light from this point would take 26,000 years to reach us. In comparison, light from sun takes approximately 8 minutes to reach the earth. In a 1990, large telescope facility became available, and Dr. Gage started a research program, and the Keck Observatory atop Mount Kea in Hawaii, and Dr. Gengil's group first used a new technology telescope in La Silla, Chile, and later moved to a very large telescope on the Cerro Peron mountain and Chile. And this is how they have used the various telescope and all. They have done the research, and they have observed there is a supermassive object in the at the center of the Milky Way galaxy. For that, they have gone. How did they determine that there was a black hole? How they have determined? all the stars in the Milky Way orbit, or all the stars in the Milky Way orbit the center. For example, Sun orbits Sagittarius A in a more than 2 million years. For nearly 3 decades, the group observed some 30 stars, particularly one that named S2 by one group and SO2 by another. They found that the stars move in a perfect elliptical orbit, just as if the object about which they were orbiting, that is the Sagittarius A, is a concentrated mass compact object and not diffused or scattered. Given its calculated mass of about 4 million solar masses, and it is invisibility, this could only super black hole, and they have deduced it. That is this group of the stars, they will form these various, Sagittarius A and Scorpion. They will form a very different diagrams that we can call it as again astrology and all. Different astrology can be identified based on the figures of these stars, and in that there are a group of the stars they have named and they have detected. Mm, they determine that there was a black hole formation. And so Mr. Gage, Dr. Gage is the fourth woman to receive the physical Nobel. Who are the other three? And who are the other three? The other three are since 1991, a total of 114 physics Nobel Prizes have been awarded. Before Dr. Gage, only three had gone to women. Marie Curie in the year 1903 for a radiation phenomena, and Maria Goeppert-Mayer 1963 for nuclear cell structure, and Donna Strickland 2018 ultra short high intensity laser pulses. So since 1901, a total of 140 physics Nobel Prizes have been awarded, and out of that, Dr. Case is the fourth woman to receive the physics Nobel, uh, after the Marie Curie, Maria Goeppert-Mayer, and Donna Strickland. So this is all with regard to the these Nobel Prize in the physics. This is topic have been appeared, and apart from that, guys, again there is a leading the global fight against the hunger. Okay, the USA are a Rome-based this World Food Program have got the uh, Nobel Peace Award from the Navarian-based committee, Navarian Navarian committee, Navarian committee. The UN humanitarian organization, which won the Nobel Peace Prize, says there won't be peaceful world as long as there is a hunger. Uh, this is they got the award mainly because to combating against the hunger, not only just the hunger, in order to bring the stability and to restore the peace also. It acted as a driving force to prevent using this hunger as a tool of war of conflict, war or a conflict. In order to prevent this hunger as a tool in the war or a conflict. And apart from that, it will help to restore in the conflict or affected areas also. Apart from that, it has provided the logistic services such as supplying the medical cargo during COVID-19 pandemic as well. Apart from that, it helped to restore the peace at the international level, maintaining the stability, fighting against the hunger and all. For that, Nobel Peace Prize is awarded to the World Food Program for the year 2020. Mm, it is Roman based, and now by grabbing this Nobel Prize award, now World Food Program is going to attract the attention from across the world to fight against the hunger as a pioneer in America, South Africa, and in Asian countries also. So it has turned the eyes of the world towards it by getting this award, and it so funding proper funding should be done for this program. Funding should not be neglected for such kind of the programs and all. Apart from that, guys, around 100 million people were protected from this organization across 88 countries. That means that at least one in a nine person is suffering from the hunger every year, uh, and around 130 million people will be under the starvation across the various country. So the World Food Program should be a pointer in the America, South Africa, Asian country to fight against or to combat against these uh, hunger. And almost the malnutrition is doubled during the COVID-19 time. And we should give a more importance to the food security and food insecurity, and all that problem should be resolved immediately. So this is all regarding the leading global fight against the hunger. Here they have given very clearly. The most, if you go through it, they have given, and the Nobel Peace Prize is awarded to the World Food Organization for that. Okay, you please go through this. Uh, this is all regarding it, World Food Organization. And apart from that, guys, one more, the Nobel Peace Prize in physics is given to the uh, J. Alter, uh, J. Harvey J. Alter, Michael Houghton, and Charles M. Rice for their discovery of the hepatitis C virus. Okay, the seminal discovery of the hepatitis C virus. Uh, how did a Nobel scientist identify the infectious agent and will impact the ongoing research on COVID-19? Okay, the Nobel announcement said the discovery of the hepatitis C virus is a landmark achievement in ongoing battle against the viral disease. The recognition of the pioneering work in this field is likely to boost the research of the COVID-19 also. Regarding that, they have given, okay, let me explain you what exactly it is. This year Nobel Prize for the medicine has been awarded to the Harvey J. Alter, Michael Huntington, and Charles M. Rice for their discovery of the hepatitis C virus. Prize has been given to three scientists who have made a decisive contribution to the fight against the bloodborne hepatitis, a major global health problem that causes cirrhosis and liver cancer in people around the world. Why is finding crucial? This hepatitis is generally characterized by the poor appetite, vomiting, fatigue, jaundice, including yellowish discoloration of the eye, liver damage, and ultimately liver leads to the liver cirrhosis, liver cancer, and further at the end death. These viral infections is leading cause of the hepatitis. Some with the persistent, persisting without symptoms, and some with the life-threatening complications may develop also. It was hepatitis C was recorded around 400 BC by Greek physician Hippocrates, and it is caused by the different RNA or a DNA viruses that are a most common cause of this hepatitis worldwide. It is caused by both RNA and DNA viruses. That's what I mean to say, that it is mainly spreads to the contaminated food, water, and through direct contact with the infected person, including any sexual activity, and exposure to the blood transfusion, blood from infected individual. And there are a chance of 30%, 30 to 33% of the risk of containing these hepatitis C, uh, contracting these chronic hepatitis, say following surgery or a multiple blood transfusion. And the broach Blumberg, a geneticist working at Bethesda, who discovered the hepatitis B virus and made way of almost everything that followed in a hepatic virology field. This year's laureate Harvey Alter worked with the Blumberg in the lab during the phase, but even the identification and classification of this HBV virus and the HBV contaminated blood through the testing only partially reduced the risk of getting hepatitis from the blood. And they have done research with the these investor, and ultimately it was also imperative that efforts be channeled in this direction at the different types of the viral hepatitis contribute substantially to the global burden of the hepatic disease. According to WHO report to 2017, viral hepatitis has been caused around 1.34 million deaths in 2005, and a number comparable with the more than the tuberculosis and higher than caused by the HIV. And the number of the deaths due to hepatitis have been increasing over a period of time, while mortality caused by the tuberculosis and HIV is declining. The most common deaths in 2005 due to chronic liver disease, 77,20,000 deaths due to cirrhosis, and primary liver cancer, 4,70,000 deaths due to cirrhosis, 4,70,000 deaths due to hepatocellular carcinoma. Globally, this year 2015, an estimated 257 million people were living with the chronic HBV infection and 71 million people with chronic HCV hepatitis C virus infection. The epidemic disease caused by HCV affects all the region with a major differences between and within the country. The WHO Eastern Mediterranean region and European region have the highest reported prevalence of these HCV reports. Mediterranean region and European region are having the highest hepatitis B. So why is awarded important? And before that, how does unknown factor traced? Back at the lab, working the names was assigned to this still unknown constitutive factor, non-A, non-B hepatitis, NA-NBH. A Nobel backgrounder explained it was clear that agent causing NA-NBH was responsible for alarming number of post-transfusion hepatitis cases, and the situation were frightening because most infected carriers showed no clinical symptoms at all. The work Dr. Alter and Dr. Houghton established a critical link between NA-NBH and the HCV infection. Thereafter, the work Charles Rice provided a conclusive evidence that HCV alone could cause transfusion-mediated hepatitis, persist for a long time, and stimulate specific antibody response, all features of the human infection. Why this award is important? This award is important because Nobel Assembly at Karolinska Institute lauded the discovery of the hepatitis C virus as a landmark achievement in the ongoing battle against the viral disease. The significance of choosing work done by virologists and genetics at the time when others were sweating it out of food trying to decode SARS-CoV-2 virus cannot be missed. The Nobel's recognition of the pioneering work in the field is likely to boost the researcher who battle with the COVID-19 virus. These Nobel Prizes are provided in order to boost the researchers to get a vaccine against these COVID-19 immediately also. Interestingly, the Science Academic Journal notes that till 2015, uh, 106 Nobel Prizes in physiology or medicine had been awarded to two 110 laureates, and only 33 of these prizes were related to the realm of the infectious disease, clinical microbiology, and immunology. Then what more needs to be done in this field? Uh, Once a puzzle was cracked, screening methods were developed that now dramatically reduced the risk of acquiring hepatitis from the contaminated blood. Effective antiviral drug can be become available. Okay, then in 2016, World Health Assembly endorsed the Global Health Sector Strategy on viral hepatitis 2016-21, calling for the elimination of the viral hepatitis as a public health threat by 2030, ensuring access to the affordable testing to the viral therapeutic that will improve the quality of life and reduce the death due to hepatitis should be priority of the government. The WHO Global Hepatitis Report has made advises all these things. Guys, this is all regarding with respect to the Nobel Prize in the medicine or in physiology for the discovery of hepatitis C virus. So with regard to it, and last is Lois Gluck. Lois Gluck, she got uh, these literacy award for her for her poetic voice. Uh, she got this Nobel laureate literature award for her poetic voice. Let me elaborate. The Nobel laureate writes about life and its harness with the assertive beauty. Mm, several years polarizing the global with the choice for the literature Nobel. Swedish Academy gave 2020 prize to contemporary American poet Louise Gluck for her unmistakable poetic voice that with the austere beauty makes the individual existence universal. But such is a state of the world, divided over the race, caste, creed, class, that Mr. Gluck's first thought of winning that she was astonished. So this is all regarding her, and you please go through her. And she got a Nobel Prize, the Nobel Prize in literature for her unmistakable poetic voice, and that with the austere beauty makes the individual existence universal. For that, she has got a prize. This is all the various Nobel prizes awarded by the Swedish Academy, and a different organization will award the different award. And a cash amount of the Swedish coroner will be shared between among all these Nobel these prize awardees around in Indian currency it would be around 10 crore and it will be awarded to all these Nobel Prize winner or sometime it may be shared between other among them with their partners also. This is all regarding with the Nobel uh, Prize. Okay, I think you people have understood what is the Nobel Prize and all. Uh, the Nobel, the Alfred Nobel was you first initially in the year 1901 has given the Nobel Prize to the in the field of chemistry, physics, medicine or physiology, peace and economic services and all. He was the first person coined the Nobel Prize and awarded to the various researcher in the field of uh, chemistry, physics, then physiology or a medicine, economic service, literature, peace award have been awarded from him. And it is mainly done for their outstanding or a tremendous work in a specialized field. For that, it is given. So, guys, this is all with respect to the Nobel prizes and all which have been appeared in today's Hindu newspaper. Apart from that, again, there are so many topics have been appeared. Uh, Anyhow, I will be going to. conduct one more live session with respect to the other issues, and I will be going to elaborate in detail with respect to all that one. So till the time, do not forget to subscribe this channel, and do not forget to follow me on an academy to get to the various videos and all. Okay, I hope you have got so many information with related to science and all. Apart from that, again there are issues related to the world international issues also. That is with respect to the guys, you can say China protest against the USA Navy mission in South China Sea. Recently, the Quad is formed. Okay, then Beijing calls its blatant navigation hegemony and provocation. China's protest against the USA Navy mission in South China Sea. This is one article appeared, and against the Navy. It is maybe due to USA's active participation in Quad and all. For that, China started its protest against the USA Navy mission in South China Sea. This topic have been appeared, and apart from that, Israel to bring over 2,000 Ethiopian Jews. Okay, and that is 13,000 residing in Addis Ababa, Gondar. That all have been appeared, and apart from that, Kyrgyzstan banned rallies, imposes curfew because the election held in that area are not conducted in a fair manner, so that the ex-president Atmebe rearrested after he was fired, freed from the demonstrator. I mean, the fair election was not conducted in Kyrgyzstan. Henceforth, there was a protest and violation against the government. So for that, the important article related to that have been appeared. And apart from that, Taiwan president calls for the meaningful talks with China. That is one more important article. And then apart from that, Trump set to go back to on a campaign trail. Okay, he will be going to get discharged after his COVID treatment. Then actually he was hospitalized. Shortly, he will be discharged from the hospital, and he will be going to go for his November election campaign for the November election. Apart from that, the North Korea displays ICBM scheme apologies for the economic woes. That is a grab from KCNA broadcast showing how Song 15 ICBM during parade in a Pangong. Mm, and he thanks the troops for preventing the coronavirus outbreak. Okay, this is all with respect to it. And regarding Kyrgyzstan, Israel, Pakistan court asks Sharif to appear before it by November 24. If absent, the High Court will declare him as a proclaimed offender. So these all are the important international information have been appeared in today's Hindu newspaper also. In detail, I will be going to create the all these what all are the issues and how it will be helpful for your writing answers on the international topic. Apart from that, again, RBI appeals to the Supreme Court to allow the NPA classification. This is one more important announcement. And in yesterday, Hindu newspaper also, the RBI have made an important announcement with respect to the repo rate. The repo rate should be remained unchanged, and there is around 9.1% decline in the GDP rate in the quarter, and in the quarter 3 and 4, the economic cycle will stand in coming 2021 onwards. So again, there should be accommodative policy measures, and housing loans should be relaxed. I mean, they have given so many facilities, so many concession for the home loan. Apart from that, this real time gross settlement should be made into 24 into 7. I meant to say that NEFT and RTGS are to be conducted only during the banking hours, excluding the IMPS, that is immediate payment system mode. Excluding that, the RTGS and NEFT should be held during the banking hours only. But now from December onwards, the RTGS should be made 24 into 7, they have announced regarding it. It was an important announcement in yesterday Hindu's newspaper, and in today's Hindu newspaper, RBI appeals to the Supreme Court to allow the NPA classification, that is the non-performing assets classification. Every regulatory forbearance has its trade-off in terms of the adverse incentives and unintended consequences and all. Regarding that, they have been given important article from the banking sector. Then centers RBI stand in a Supreme Court on loan is a big blow to MSMEs, and industry association appeals to the Prime Minister to reconsider the decision. Then that is the centers RBI's stand in a Supreme Court on loan is a big blow to the MSMEs. Okay, this MSME sector is worst affected due to the COVID-19 effect, and the Consortium of Indian Association termed as a big blow to the micro, small, and medium-sized entrepreneur. The RBI affiliate in a Supreme Court pleading for vacating its stay order on the classification of NPA, and the center ruling out further relief measures under the loan moratorium scheme. Whether the further more moratorium scheme can be extended for another 2 year or not, then interest on a interest should be mm, made, subvention of the interest can be granted or not, interest on a interest should not be calculated, should be calculated or not. All that are the issues in a Supreme Court related to it, and the extension of the moratorium period for the MSME and all. So for that, the RBI have been submitted its affidavit in a Supreme Court pleading for vacating its stay order, and Consortium convener K.E. Raghunathan appealed to the Prime Minister to intervene and protect the interest of this MSME. In a statement, he said, then lockdown was implemented suddenly in the national interest, and it was extended nearly 6 months, for which MSMEs are not responsible. He pointed out that uncertainty abounds over the next 6 months of the business activity, and that MSME continued to pay fixed cost throughout the revenue has been eluding the sector for the last 6 months. Okay, then earlier Constantrom has suggested several measures to the center. The Rangurankan said an estimated 3.5 lakh crore were due to MSME from the large industry, PSUs, SPUs, central and state governments. Okay, this is all with issue related to the MSME and all. It is appeared in the mm, from in the banking sector. Please go through it. It is also very important topic, and all. And in the science and tech part, already I have been explained regarding the Nobel Prize, and the study says antibody cocktail may protect the COVID-19. Mm, regarding it, and apart from that, biological plant virus arms race uncovered and all. So okay, these all are the important article which have been appeared in the science and tech part also. Cosmic waves, long-term memory, okay, cold and COVID-19, and these all are the important topic which have been announced. And USA University rely on a rapid tests for a safe campus return and all. Okay, these all are the important article which have been appeared in today's Hindu newspaper. Please go through it and understand. And even the cutoff for the Delhi University was out. It would be around, for the various university, it would be around 9900 for in the case of the um, these then one university, the cutoff for the physics, chemistry, and biology, economic, political science, physics, it would be 100 only. And almost for the most of the university, it would be more than 97, 98, and 99% as a cutoff. Then from tomorrow onwards, they are going to call for the admission in online mode. Entire procedure is of online. So there would be around 70,000 vacant posts for the admission to the various student in a various subject. So online admission will start from tomorrow onwards. Please, all of you go and maintain. Don't need, no need, no applicant or no student is allowed to enter within the campus. Okay, this is all regarding the Delhi University announcement in today's Hindu newspaper also regarding cutoff and all. Please go through it, and do not forget me to follow me on this an academy platform for the various important topic. And apart from that, Do not forget to subscribe this channel to get everyday important highlights of the Hindu newspaper and editorial analysis, how and important questions for other various competitive examination that would be definitely helpful for your banking, RRB, SSC examination, any then combined defense examination, banking sector, state civil service, then civil other UPSC examination for any kind of the competitive. All my videos will be going to helpful to all my viewers. Please do come and join live chat also, so that uh, you can be able to get more information, and all your doubts should be cleared on this platform simultaneously. Okay, thank you so much watching for this video, and don't forget to subscribe this channel. Thank you so much for watching this video once again. Bye bye, take care, we will see you in next class.